Good morning, veterans. I am Air Veteran Corporal Monarangan from Chennai. Dear friends, you may be watching the day-to-day affairs regarding the amendment passed by Lok Sabha and awaiting for approval from Rajya Sabha. I have already mentioned in my previous video about the implications. We were not clear what the government wants to do, what is there in that amendment bill. They say validation of pension rules. The validation, as per Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, with effect from 1972. And she doesn't say that this is not applicable for defense veterans. See, we don't know what is going to happen in the near future. Because we people are paper tigers. We talk only about the rules and regulations. This will not happen like this. This cannot happen like this. But one fine day when it happens, we have no other goal. What is going to be the impact on armed forces pensioners? If this is for the civilian future pensioners or the existing civil pensioners, existing armed forces pensioners, they made now 3 categories. And in the meantime, they are bringing UPS, NPS, all schemes within this scheme. Whether it is NPS or UPS, it is for people, those who have joined after 2004. For people, those who joined before 2004, they are covered under OPS. Why Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman is not coming out openly, clearly, why they are not discussing this point? Their own people, they will raise questions like Honorable Member Kangana Rawat and other people. A tailor-made question, tailor-made answer. When the Sparsh scheme, when it came, they said it will not be thrust upon the pensioners. The Sparsh scheme will be only for those who are volunteering to get in Sparsh scheme. They have not asked anybody. There was no opinion or anything. Simply they started transferring or migrating the pensioners to Sparsh. That's all. They never said who is answerable if there is any flaw in Sparsh. Simply they will say, okay, if you have got any problem, go to court. When Finance Minister, when Nirmala Sitharaman, when she was telling to when she was replying to a honorable member in Parliament, she said very clearly that this amendment of bill is only to minimize and solve the litigations filed by serving person as well as veterans during 6th pay regime. If that is the case, When the member wanted to ask why after this many years, she was telling that so many litigations, so many cases were there in High Court and Supreme Court and AFTs. So we were waiting for the judgment to come. Yes, she is right, 100% right. If that is the case, there are thousands and thousands of cases where AFT has given a clear verdict that the pensioner has to be given this benefit, and from this date the pensioner's fixation should have been done. Why that is not been implemented? If Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, if she is that much interested, if her government is that much interested in respecting the litigation and the judgments, why the judgments are not honored by the same government? This is not only with AFTs. So many cases, reservist case, AFT and Chandigarh High Court, Delhi High Court, they are very clearly mentioned. The pension has to be given 2/3 of a Sipai. Why it was not given? Dear friends, the wordings plays a very big role in all circulars, in all amendments. You may be knowing a story. Hang him not, spare him. If you read fully, hang him, not spare him. If you read the other way, hang him not, spare him. You might have understood what I want to say. In this bill also, it is like that only. You may not know what is in their box. The magic box, when they open, whether it is for UPS, whether it is for OPS, whether it is for NPS. Because the only one department which is getting pension, those who have joined after 2003, that is defense. Now, what is the present condition? These Andh-Bhagat, blind followers, they started propagating the other way. They say 15% are only pensioners, like central government, defense, all. Rest 85% people, they are not non-pensioners. If the government has to spend, if the government has to look after this 15%, then how the 85% people will be looked after? Now they started discussing this point in public. In social media, 2-3 people, they have already started. A day will come, they will take this subject as a weapon and they will try to seize everything. I watched one channel, a reputed channel. You know that discussion when they were telling, one spokesperson, he was telling the very same thing. From where the government will bring money to pay OPS. The government will break. The government will not have funds to pay the OPS. That is a government, they are bringing UPS. The day is not so. The day is not far, dear friends, dear veterans. Please be aware. Be aware. Try to watch what is happening around you. What is happening around you? I don't want to say anything in a reverse way. I don't want to say a negative remarks. But it is for us to keep an eye on all the subjects. And anything may happen. Anything may happen. What has happened in Sparsh? Do you know that thousands and thousands of crores now are lying with the government of India, which has not been paid? to those people, those who are migrated to Sparsh. Who is answerable for this? Who is answerable? It's my duty to give a prior warning. I have already given on so many occasions, and now also I'm giving. It's up to you to decide. You are the best judge. Thank you very much for being with me. Have a good day. Thank you.